Well, it's another day, giving the cows a little bit of a snack, checking on them. I've already got the other animals fed today. I've always heard that the best time to check on the fence is before the cows do. So today, I'm going to run the fence line. You know, sometimes people wonder why we use barbed wire so much in eastern Kentucky. I think it's because we don't have much of a level ground we have to make them. Let's go down and check the fence line. This is the only part of the farm that I've got 4-strand barbed wire on. I still haven't got my 2 electrics hooked up. I always thought if I had a good billy goat and could train him, fed him Wheaties every morning, I might be able to get him, to ride him and stuff like this right here and check the fence line. What do you all think? Boy, that's all slick and crunchy. So far, so good. I've always thought these flatland farmers, they need to come and spend a day with me checking fence lines. They definitely appreciate their flat land. So far, this section looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see that or not, or if you can see the elevation of that. But you can see what kind of funny, trickery ways that we've got to get barbed wire stretched through this country. Well, we come out of the creek a little bit. So far, so good. Nothing down on the fence line. So now this is where the fence takes a turn and it goes up the hill, straight shot all the way to the top of it. Comes back around the top of the hill and comes down about 250 yards in front of us. This is where the cows like to come when it's real cold outside, because they can come back down here in this valley, lay down back here, and it blocks all the wind off of them. They've been in here quite recently. Not only that, but they're real close to water. It's a nice day for a walk in the woods. Try to zoom in here. You can see the fence. This is where it goes up the hill. That kind of gives you an indication of the steepness of the hills here in Kentucky. We've got spots like that. They level off a little bit and then they just keep going right back up again. So I'm just about back to my four-wheeler. Thought I'd sit here for a minute, take a little bit of a break. You know, farming in Kentucky used to be a way of life. We used to get together after church on Sundays, have big dinners, and the stockyards was a place that we socialized on Saturday. Things has changed, but the land's not changed. I remember those times. I was right at the tail end of it. I remember the country stores that we used to go to, and you could pick out a bag of candy from the jars that line the shelves. I would like to tell you a quick little story. My papa, he had cattle, and I think that's one of the reasons why I have Hereford cattle. He had 10 head, 9 heifers and a bull. And we used to get together, especially around hay time, to help my papa bale hay. We'd bale about 300 bales, stack them on an old flatbed truck, haul them up to the barn, throw those 75-pound bales of hay into the loft, and stack them. Now my papa, he had a friend. His last name was Rice, but he called him Reese. Reese had always come around during hay baling time. My papa, he used to chew tobacco. I remember what brand it was because it had a big old Indian on it. It was Red Man. They went over to the barn to check to see if they needed to rearrange some hay one day, just before we baled hay. I was just a little feller, and I went with them. They get over to the barn, and my papa pulls out his Red Man tobacco. He opens up the pouch, puts him a wad of tobacco into his mouth. He opened the pouch up and he didn't have much in it. So he just raked out the pouch and he went over and he reached it to one of the cows. And the cows just took it and ate it up. Old Reese said, "Why in the world, Henry, do you feed them cows tobacco?" Well, he said, "Reese, don't you know?" He says, "That tobacco is a natural dewormer. It'll keep your cows from having worms." Oh, Reese said, "Now you got to be joshing me, Henry." He said, No. He says, "I've chewed tobacco now for quite many years. And he says, I've never had any problem with worms." I remember that story and many more. But I just thought I would share that with you today. Well, let's get up the hill, check the rest of the fence on this side. We made it to the back side of the property. Let's go check the fence line. You see here, I've got 4 strands of barbed wire. And I've started running 1 strand of high tensile. The second one from the bottom. I've got this one going all the way down to the bottom of the hills where I stopped with it. On the other side of the gate, I've got the second strand of high tensile to here. So it's pretty slick out here, so I'm gonna turn the video off, try to get up and down these hills. Please go to part 2 of Fencing and a Story. And if you like this, please subscribe.